Right, here I am in some beautiful weather in deepest, darkest Dorset, and I'm on my way up to Cardiff. This is the Thursday of the tournament, and the tournament starts on Saturday. And I'm on my way up to Cardiff, but I've stopped off in a mecca of gaming, and this is Paul Buckler's abode and his wonderful setup that he's got here. And I'm going to have a little warm-up game with him against his Seraphon, which absolutely spanked me last time, so we'll see how we go. But this is the start of our little road trip and journey out in the summer of 23. Okay, so walking in here, so we've got the garages, etc., hills around us, beautiful flowers, walking into this not bad little gaming setup. Every model you could possibly think of on the shelves, tables galore, and the man himself. Here's Paul.
Welcome.
With his smashy Seraphon army. Thanks for hosting us,
That's
Paul.
Quite all right.
And what I'm going to do now is go through my list that I'm going to take, and then we're going to have a little warm-up game, aren't we?
We are.
Excellent. So I'll be back in a second. Here's the list I'm going to take through to Blackout up in Cardiff. So first of all, we've got 10 thralls and 20 thralls. That 20 block is a big hitty unit that can do damage to lots of different types of things. We've got 6 eels, which give me mobility and occasionally some hitting power as well if they get in the right places. The turtle. Everyone loves the turtle. So Leviathan has got a 15-inch carapace, so that helps me with +1s to hit and also obviously +1 save all over the place. My 2 heroes, I've got the Tidecaster, souped up Tidecaster with the Shaman of the Chilled Lands, which means she knows all of the new spells, which can come in handy, and also Steed of Tides, because she gets one from the Deepkin lore, will be good, but not against Seraphon that can just auto-dispel her spell each turn. Well, it's not an auto-dispel, is it?
In my list, there's no buffs, so
yeah.
You've got more chance.
So got a bit of a chance there. Then we've got Lotan. He gives a lovely +1 to wound buff, plus a few other bits and bobs as well in terms of an extra ritual. Then we've got 10 Reavers. I'm finding the greatest thing about Reavers is when people charge in. They're brilliant with their stand and shoot. And I've got 2 3s of defensive eels to go around. And this list is all about getting objectives and winning battle tactics. It struggles with lack of mortal wound output, as the Deepkin army does in general, and it can be quite squishy and struggles against very high defensive things, but I think you could say that about most armies that don't have mortal wound output. So there you go, that's the army. I've got no major expectations for the weekend. If I win 2 games, I will be very happy, but I'm going to have a lovely time. Okay, Paul, we're going to check in with you periodically over the weekend. So if you could quickly talk us through your list.
My list is a Quattle's Claw list, so it's all about the croc scores, because they come battle line in that. So I've got 6 of the War Spawned, and then another 6 of the War Spawned, and then 4 3s of the normal Croxagores. I've got 2 Skink Starseers, and the plan with those is they're giving out the ward saves with their special ability on turns 2 and 3. I've taken a Warlord battalion, so I've got an upgrade. So they've got 2 spells each. Both of them have run and charge for redundancy, and then one's got Blizzard and one's got Hoarfrost from the new lore. 2 little lots of the Hunters of Hanuchi. Those guys are really cheap, and they come in from off the board, so they help me do battle tactics later in the game, and they can also give orders out to the Crocs who don't have champions, and they're not elite units, so they struggle with receiving commands unless you have characters or those guys near. And then I had 70 points left over, so 3 of the little pterodons to just zoom around the board and be annoying.
Fantastic. And what are your expectations for the weekend?
2 and 3, probably, maybe 3 and 2. It struggles with battle tactics a bit, but it is fun to play, and it shouldn't take me like 3 hours to play any of my games, which is kind of the plan for me, really.
Excellent. More time for the bar.
Yeah.
Right, so I've got a little update on our practice game, and this is the state of the board. It's 9-8 to me currently. I had a good turn with max points there. Managed to sneak some tree revs over there and big charges with eels, but there's only 1 left. I've still got my 6 and the turtle, and I've still got my 20 thralls. I've killed 1 unit of the big red angry boys, So it's in the balance at the moment. We're going into turn 3. What's your thoughts on the game here, Paul?
I think whoever gets this priority is probably going to win it. I think
this priority is fairly key. I'll get to fight first, but obviously it works much better.
I think if I lose the priority, you definitely win.
Well, we'll see. I'm very good at clutching defeat from the clutching defeat from the jaws of victory. Right, we'll see. Right, we've just got to the end of turn 3. I won priority for turn 4, and we've called the game there because I was definitely in line for another 5 points. I've still got my 6 eels, my turtle, I've got my 20 thralls. There's still a fair bit of Paul's army left, but I was getting too far ahead on points.
You were 3 ahead. So.
Yeah, so I think that's game over in that respect, which is nice because last time I played Paul, it absolutely spanked me.
It was reverse, yes.
So, yeah, and Tree Revenants are awesome. They just having that unit bouncing around is fantastic. So, good start to the weekend. Not an actual game in it, but
good points as
I think we both learned quite a bit from the game. So, yeah. So, how do you feel about that, Paul?
No, it's fine. I mean, if we'd been playing at Blackout, I'd have got 5 points out of the game, so I'd have been quite happy with that. I think I lost all the priorities as well, which did not help me. I think if I'd got a couple of those key priorities, there would be a lot of dead stuff for the Deepkin. So
I did get very lucky on the priorities, but it doesn't always go that way.
I think I rolled 2 ones, and you won them both on 2s.
Yes,
so you still won them, but it's
yeah. So right, heading on. I'm going to visit another one of my friends and actually play some Second World War stuff, and then be heading up to Blackout and see Paul at Blackout.
Yep.
So we'll see you there, Paul.
Yeah, we'll do. Hopefully.
Safe journey.
Yes, same to you.
So here I am at Firestorm Games, getting ready for Blackout tournament. People are just arriving, and we've got a first round draw, so they're starting to work out where they're going and that sort of thing. So this place has got a really big shop. It's got an upstairs, and it's really nice, bright venue. So looking forward to a nice weekend of gaming. There's people going up and down, and there's the shop. So here we are, game 1. I'm playing against Laura.
Hello.
And she's got this fantastic army here with ironclad frigates, and then all these guys are currently up, hiding in the boats. I've deployed in a bit of a blob down here, and we're looking to give the turn away. So over to Laura for first turn. So end of turn 1, I let Laura go first, and she fought her 2 ships over here and did pew pew pew, did a little bit of damage, took off one of my eel units, and then I charged in with my 6 eels, which are now 3, and did very little damage, but it's 4 all at this point. Still lots of stuff in the boats. So there you go, on to turn 2, feels like a key priority already. Okay, so we're here at the end of turn 5, and as you can probably see, there are still 2 big boats, and these guys are actually dead of mine, so nothing left of the Deepkin. Things didn't go my way. I didn't kill the frigate when I could have done. My eels failed, and then it just kind of went against me. I scored good points for 3 turns, but then that was it after that. Just sort of got focused fire on the shooting. Just took me down 1 unit at a time, really. So that's the end of that game. What do you think, Laura?
I think you were very unlucky with the dice, but it was a really fun game.
Yeah, that's always what people say when they thrash you, is that your dice were bad. But my dice were okay. They're probably on average. Laura did quite well on denying me. Heals were good, and not the grand strategies. What am I talking about? The command abilities, just denial of command abilities, rolling a 5 up. That was quite key at times as well. But really good game, really good fun. Round 1 over. I managed to get some points for battle tactics achieved. But onwards and upwards for you, up to the top tables. Enjoy. Right, so I am here for game 2 versus Graham. And he's got this lovely Gargant army here. Various different shades and colours. Looking fantastic. And then this is our deployment. So we're both sat back quite far. I suspect he may give the turn away to me. It looks like it's coming that way. Got an interesting with interesting scenario with lots of objectives, and you can only control them for 2 turns. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, so here we are at the end of the game against the Gargants. I've entirely forgotten to do updates during the game, but it went really well for me. Dice went my way, tricky for him. He came charging in, didn't manage to get his big attacks off, and you can see some big Gargant-shaped holes around the place where his army was. My stuff really does well against things like that with a lower save, and I put lots of damage out onto it. So it went well for me. My blizzard went off. I teleported across the table and did a blizzard as well. So everything kind of came off for me this time around. Unlucky there, mate. It was, it just went against me.
It is what it is, but it was a solid game. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Great game. Just ended up getting a bit one-sided. But onwards and upwards, and good luck with game 3.
And you, mate.
Okay, not sure how well you can hear me. It's it's much noisier upstairs here. But I'm playing Aaron.
I'm out.
So, and Aaron's got this really lovely Bone Reapers army, which has got lots of, it's not a huge model count army, but he's got lots of really smashy things in there, so that should be fun. I've done my usual bunker up the other side, and now we're going to go into first turn and see whether he gives it to me or he decides to take it and come across himself. Looking forward to this. I haven't played the new book, so all the best.
Good luck.
Let's go. Okay, so we're in turn 2 at the moment, and it's we've had Aaron's turn 2, which went pretty well, I think. He's got his fighter unit in. They've got to fight twice. There is a big turtle-shaped hole there, so he's killed that. New book versus old book. It does feel a little bit like we're fighting using different stuff here. But it's good fun, and it's good fun to see. He's played that really well. So I get my turn 2 now, see if I can fight back. He's 10-5 up on score. See what we can do. I think I'm up against it, but you never know. What do you reckon?
I think I was really lucky to get a double turn. It let me charge into you before you could get out.
So there you go. That's part of the game. That's the good part of the game. Right, okay, so here we go. Let's see how it goes. Right, here we are. Start of turn 3. I've lost priority, which I think is probably has finished the game off. Because he can get this chunk of really nasty guys in. I have got some over here, so I think I can play around maybe and get a few more points, but that's what I'm going to be playing for, I think. Do you agree, Aaron, that that's pretty much the way it's gone?
I think so.
Didn't quite do enough damage here, almost, and lost all my thralls over here. So we'll see how this goes, but I think not probably that much to play for with him getting turn 3, but we'll see. Okay, so that's a pretty brutal game there. Basically all of these guys are actually dead, so I've just got this little lady alive. So that's a 28-12 victory to Aaron. Just felt a bit like a one-sided game there, to be honest, and you got the priorities, which was important.
Yeah, I think double turning into another 2 turns of priority was good for me, and I got the charges and you didn't, and your army needs charges on your guys.
You pinned me in. It's very well played, super play. Well done, cracking game.
Yeah, good luck.
I got a bit smashed, but I really enjoyed the game, so that's the important bit. Cheers, Aaron. All the best.
Cheers, mate.
So back at the hotel after a cracking day, a bit of reflection on the day. Really good, great games, really good fun. Laura at the start was just fantastic. She played super tight game, outplayed me, I think, and then it just all went my way in the second game with Graham. Nothing could have really sort of gone any better in terms of dice and turn rolls and all the rest of it. So I think that was a good matchup for me. And then OBR at the end, Aaron, very good, very, very good player, knows his list inside out. I don't think there's any way in the world I can win that particular game. It's felt a bit like we were playing slightly different games, and I'm not going to have a grumble. That's the way it goes. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame. It doesn't feel like it's a level playing field with the 2 armies. So OBR being a new book, and it does feel a lot stronger. But I thought I played okay. I made one little error, which got my turtle killed. But apart from that, you know, it was really good. I'm happy with one win. I don't know that I could have done much different to have changed that. So, yeah, a good day. And let's see if I can pick up that second win tomorrow to get the aim of 2 wins over the weekend. So here we are, game number 4. Morning.
Right.
And we've got Crawl Boys versus Deepkin. Everyone's a little bit weary this morning. On this particular one, we can put D3 units off the board. So I put my eels off the board. It was just 1 each. You've decided nobody, haven't you?
No,
so,
I need everyone on the board.
So everyone's on the board. So we've got some pretty nasty sort of shooting and various other tricks over there. This unit has snuck up before the start of the game, so we'll see how this goes. I haven't played Crawl Boys before, so this will be an interesting game. Okay, so here we are at the start of turn 3. I lost priority into turn 2, and he came into me, but I weathered that reasonably well. And I've moved up and done a fair bit of damage, taken one of the big guys off. However, going into turn 3, I rolled a 6 for priority, so did he, so he keeps it. He's very happy. And that means that although I'm going to be fighting first, I'm going to take an awful lot of shooting here, so I might be quite down on models by the end of this particular turn. So we shall see, but I think that's a pretty key moment in the game. Okay, update on the game. As you can see, this is what's left of the Crawl Boys. I think their lowest save made them really struggle against my high Ren stuff, and I got rid of the Bolt Boys, and that was kind of key. He's still going to pick up some more points before the end of the game. It's going to be relatively close still, but I think probably on balance I've probably got it at the moment. So that was a really key priority for me to win. Yeah. So that's the end of the game. I've come away with the win. It was 28-17, but really close. Basically, there was one key moment where the Bolt Boys didn't manage to kill the Leviathan, and that made all the difference, because I then got to charge in on the Bolt Boys, won the priority, got to charge in, killed them all
With the Leviathan.
and that was the game really. And the Leviathan did kill one of those units. So yeah, unlucky mate. Great game.
Great game.
Really good.
enjoyed
Really
it.
swingy from
Yeah.
side to side. All right, thanks for the game.
Thank you
Cheers.
very much.
Right, here I am with Natty. We're playing our game 5 of the tournament, and usual sort of Deepkin all hoarded together. We're playing against OBR again, but very different from last time. Got cats across, but virtually everything else is different. So let's see if we can do a bit better than in the last game where we played them. Anyway, good luck, mate. Okay, well this game's going rather quickly. Natty has managed to make every single charge on turn 1 after I scored 5 points. So there's an awful lot less left of my army than there was before. I've still got some, but we'll see whether, if he gets the turn here, it could be one of the shortest games of the entire weekend. So here we go, let's see. Okay, so here we are. I've had my turn 2. I've still got some stuff alive, so I'm quite pleased. And I've managed to get 2 lots of 5 points, so I'm quite pleased. But I think your plan is to pretty much smash me up this turn. So I think, yeah, I'm going to do very well to still have much alive by the end of this turn. Right, so that's our game completed, as sort of fairly predictable. Got tabled. I think I survived turn 3. I was tabled in turn 4. Managed to get 14 points together, and Natty scored maximum 28. So good tournament, Natty. 3 wins. 3 wins. So well done. And I expect next time might be gunning up for the top tables. Okay, so thanks to everybody for watching this, if you end up watching it. And then that's the end of the Blackout tournament. So I'm just in the car at the end of the tournament, and just about to start heading home. So sort of little reflection on things. I'm tired, as you can probably see, but I've had a really great time. It's a brilliant tournament, really great group of people to play Warhammer with, and just be around. On reflection, I'm very pleased with the way I played. I didn't make that many mistakes, and I made some good decisions. The army is probably a 2-win army if played well, so I feel like that was the right score. I played 2 games against OBR, which I don't think I can beat unless something drastic luck goes my way. So great weekend, and if you got this far, thank you very much for watching, and maybe I'll do another one of these soon.